Right, there is a result in the Conference League. Chelsea have done it. They've beaten Copenhagen in this first leg by 2-1. It was Reece James who got the first goal of the evening just moments after the second half got underway for his second goal of the season. Enzo Fernandez, a second-half substitute, got the second, which proved to be the winner as well, his fifth goal of the season. Pereira got what might be a very important goal actually going into this second leg. But Chelsea continue their winning run in the Conference League, including the league stage now. It's 7 wins from 7 games, 100% record for Enzo Maresca's side.
Final whistle has also gone in the Netherlands, and it's AZ Alkmaar, Jamie O'Hara, that take a goal advantage back to Spurs next week.
Yeah, fully deserved. Spurs weren't good enough on the night. I thought AZ played really well. They were comfortable in massive areas of the game. Last 10 minutes, maybe Spurs, put the foot down and tried to get back into it. But, big players tonight didn't really turn up at all. Son was non-existent. Maddison, miles off it. Tell up front hardly had a kick. Johnson, big players you need in big moments. This is a cup final. This is a Europa League, massive game. It's the chance to still get Champions League football, win a trophy. You're playing against a good AZ Alkmaar side, but, you're not playing a top European team. And lose the game 1-0 was a really disappointing night for Spurs. Saving grace, it's only 1-0. So you can go, but it could have been 2 or 3. Troy Parrott probably should have scored for AZ, but they can go back next week. He'll have to rest players against Bournemouth, I think. And, he'll look to have to go again next week against AZ at home, but it needs to be a much better performance from that because there's miles off it.
It really was, and we'll find out how bad Dominic Solanke's injury is as well, hopefully.
There's also a result between Real Sociedad and Manchester United. Let's cross to Mike Phelan, who's been watching this one for us. And Mike, it was an interesting game, wasn't it? What was your read overall?
Yeah, interesting's a good word. It was open. It was, you could say, entertaining for different reasons. There's a bit of quality at times from Sociedad in their technique and the way they played through the field, through the midfield. Lacked that little bit of a cutting edge. United take the lead, and then suddenly you're thinking, go on, United, keep going. You could score a couple more goals here. They drop away from it a little bit, and they encouraged Real. Real get the penalty through a handball from Fernandez, and really it was all Sociedad after that. I mean, they made a couple of substitutions. Sociedad, Becker came on and caused havoc down that right-hand side, United's left-hand side, and probably, in the end, should have scored a couple more goals. They had the better opportunities. United were very loose in the final third and in midfield. They gave the ball away pretty cheaply, and they should at this level do a lot better with the football. Encouraging though from where United are right now, simply because they defended well. They looked pretty solid. They didn't look under any real immediate threat until that final 10 minutes. But they'll take that back to Old Trafford, and I'm sure they could score goals at Old Trafford. One thing to say about Højlund, he worked really hard. He made the runs, he made some good decisions. His hold-up play was good, a little bit indifferent now and again, but it was good. But they just don't use him enough. When that ball can come in the box, it can go in the box and it doesn't go there. And I think that's where his frustration comes. But I think it was a good shift from Højlund tonight. But United, in the present state, will probably take a 1-1 draw, but will be overall disappointed that they couldn't finish this tie off here.
Yeah, Mike, who do you think will be the happier of the two sides going into the second leg at 1-0?
Possibly Sociedad now, I think, because they've probably got encouraged in the game. They faded in that early part of the second half, and it looked as though, like I said, United were in the ascendancy and should have gone on to score more goals. This present United team will be reasonably content with 1-1. It keeps the tie wide open going into the game at Old Trafford. But ultimately, the overall picture should have been United coming away with a victory here. But it will be interesting in the second leg how both teams approach it. United probably will have a couple more players back. I'm not sure whether Sociedad will probably have one of their players, certainly the midfield player, who's decent, who just evades my thought at this moment in time. But it will be again, I think, an open game at Old Trafford, and one to look forward to.
Welcome back to Sky Sports News on a night in the Europa League where Tottenham lost, Manchester United drew. So could Rangers bring some joy to the British clubs? Chris Boyd, yes, they could in style.
Obviously, Jasper, obviously. It's a Thursday night. Rangers, that's what they do on a Thursday night. They win games of football, unlike the weekend. But no, Rangers were outstanding tonight. You know, the first half obviously got off to a great start through Cyril Dessers. Yeah, he had a few bounces about in the box, but he finished it really well, going round the goalkeeper and then firing it towards goal. But Sayincu tried to get it off the line, failed. They got back into it, Fenerbahce, but then really good second goal from link-up play with Dessers and Czerny. Cut back from Dessers, Czerny fires it in, and that was just before half-time. And then the 2 goals chopped off. They were offside, you know, the 2 Dessers ones at the start of the second half. But then the 3rd goal was a really, really great counter-attack goal from Rangers. Nico Rask gave a fantastic ball to Vlaskov Czerny, and away he goes, bearing down in goal and just slots it past the goalkeeper. Some outstanding performances for Rangers tonight. I thought the centre-back, when Balogun came on, Balogun and Suter, really Rask in the middle of the pitch, Dessers, Czerny obviously got 2 goals. Really, really good team performance, but, you know, there was 3 or 4 players that stood out for Rangers. And I've got to say, going away from home, going to Istanbul, hostile, to come back home with a 3-1 lead, it's a fantastic start in this tie for Rangers.